Once upon a time, in a small village, lived two friends. Their names were Rahila and Habiba. Rahila and Habiba were both farmers who lived opposite each other. They both helped their parents most time in the farm. During the last harvesting season, Habiba's parents sold a lot of crops which generated much income for them. Rahila's family, however, didn't have much crops and so wasn't able to sell much. One day, while Habiba and Rahila were headed to the farm, they came across a very old woman who pleaded with them to help her plant some crops in her farm. The old woman claimed she was very weak and could not do such tasks anymore, and so wanted their help in planting the crops. When Habiba heard this, she laughed and said, "I would rather do nothing than help you. Can't you see we are both headed somewhere? Listen, woman, if you can't plant the crops yourself, then you are not worthy of the harvest." The old woman was pained by Habiba's response. Rahila, on seeing this, said, "Don't worry, ma, I will help you." When Habiba heard this, she was infuriated and said, "How can you be so foolish to help someone you don't even know?" But Rahila didn't listen to whatever Habiba said. She went on and planted in the old woman's farm. When Rahila got home that day, she was tired and famished as she had not eaten all day. So she decided to beg Habiba for some food. Habiba, who was still angry about the earlier happenings of that day, refused to give Rahila food and called her a fool. She also told her to eat the kindness as food. The next day, Rahila went back to the old woman's farm and continued from where she stopped. When the old woman saw her, she could tell that something was wrong, so she asked Rahila about it. Rahila opened up to the old woman and told her everything she has been going through. When the old woman heard Rahila's story, she immediately went in and brought out the remaining food for Rahila to eat. Rahila was happy for the food, so she ate some and took the rest home after thanking the old woman. Many months later, the old woman's crop started to grow. She was very grateful to Rahila for her help. Rahila and her family, however, for the past few months have been living from hand to mouth, while Habiba remained unkind to Rahila. This soon affected their friendship as Habiba stopped talking to Rahila. One hot afternoon, Habiba's father returned with a smile. He said he had met the richest man in the village who had accepted to buy all his produce when they have been harvested. Habiba was so happy with this news and so went on with her family to harvest the crops which they later took to the rich man's house. When they got there, the rich man said, "I am no longer interested in buying the crops." Habiba and her father were shocked by the sudden news and went home heartbroken. They wondered what could have changed the man's mind. Few days later, Habiba decided to visit the rich man and know why he had suddenly changed his mind. When she got there, she met Rahila and her father selling their crops to the man. Habiba was angry and accused Rahila of poisoning the mind of the rich man. As Habiba was shouting and raining insults on Rahila, she noticed a figure. To her astonishment, she saw the old woman whom she had insulted months ago. Habiba was in shock and she wondered what the old woman was doing in the rich man's house. The old woman later revealed to Habiba that she was the rich man's mother. The old woman also revealed that she was the one who had told her son to turn down Habiba and her father's offer because of their last encounter. The old woman later added, "Habiba, you are undeserving of your money because of your rudeness." There and then, the old woman gave the land which she had been planting on months ago to Rahila. Rahila was very happy and thanked the old woman. After that day, Rahila and her family never lacked anything anymore. As for Habiba and her father, They weren't able to sell the produce and so lost a lot of money. Habiba had learned her lesson and regretted her actions. The lesson to be learned from this story is that we shouldn't be rude to people as we don't know what tomorrow holds. Always be kind to everyone as a little kindness can change one's story. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Ciao!